Hi, I'm Jonathan Cammack, the OSU Extension livestock entomologist, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on ticks. So as we start to come into this late spring, early summer, you've probably encountered a lot of ticks out in the environment. I know I have, anywhere from my own backyard to out doing some sampling, trying to track hornfly populations on cattle around the area. So pretty much everywhere we go, they are out and they're active. One of the most common ticks we're encountering right now is the Lone Star tick. That's basically what most of us think of when we think of encountering ticks in the environment, and they're very active. So we want to make sure that we're taking proper preventative measures to keep ourselves from being bit by them. So that's whether that's doing a tick check after you come in from being outside, or using maybe permethrin treated clothing to help repel those from climbing on you and then eventually biting you. Those are always good things. So as we start to come into the early summer here, another tick that we need to start being on the lookout for, particularly on the eastern and northeastern part of the state, is the Asian longhorn tick. So you may recall last summer that we started to see populations of this tick present in Mays and Craig County, and being that it's already present in Missouri and Arkansas, kind of those counties that are on the eastern border of the state, from basically Sequoyah County and then northward, are going to be kind of our areas where we would want to be on the lookout for this new invasive tick. For Asian longhorn ticks on our cattle, again, these are going to be ticks smaller than what we're normally used to seeing. So producers need to be, kind of aware and interacting with their cattle on a regular basis, inspecting them for small ticks. And if you remember from previous sun-up segments and information on the Asian longhorn tick, this species reproduces asexually, so we can see very, very large numbers of these ticks present on a cow in comparison to where we might only see, a handful of something like a Lone Star tick present. So things you can do to your animals to help prevent tick bites are keep them out of wooded areas or out of tall grass. So if you've got brushy areas or areas with tall grass, you can either keep that mowed or keep the cattle out of it. I know we want to provide them with shade, but don't just release them into the woods, because that's going to increase the likelihood that they're going to come into contact with ticks. So to protect our cattle, we can do that environmental modification, mowing, keeping the animals out of tall brush, but we could also treat the animals with something as simple as a synthetic pyrethroid, like even as low as a 10% permethrin spray. Treating them in the spring can really help kind of knock down those numbers. But in terms of Asian longhorn tick activity, across the country, we typically see their activity of the adults peak around the middle of June to early July. So we need to be on the lookout for them at this current time.